David, welcome, and let's start off with a massive congratulations. CEO of the Year at the Taxi Summit Awards last week.
Last week, yeah. It came as a bit of a surprise, to be honest, Phil.
Fantastic news. I'm going to take you back. I thought we're back here in Loughborough, sort of pretty much where it all started. 2002 again, that 20 years ago sort of time. It was you, Ashley, a couple of taxis.
And the phone number. And that was it. And I spent a lot of time driving the taxis as well, especially doing school runs in the week. Saturday evening, we used to work with Darren, who was taking the calls and giving the work out. And my job on the Saturday was to get as much cash as possible so we could pay the staff on Monday to help with cash flow. So it really was jack of all trade then.
And you started it back then as ADT,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of taxis. How did it grow over that first maybe 5 or 10 years?
Well, both Ash and myself were from marketing backgrounds. We weren't taxi drivers that started the firm. We saw an opportunity and started the firm. So we used a lot of that to get the name across. We were leafleting, we were, talking to businesses. So we were pretty good getting out there, carding everywhere. So we grew quite rapidly. And I think our breaks, we started off in Woodhouse Eaves, and then we moved to Loughborough when we got the contract at Loughborough University, and that was a big step for us.
A big building block to progress from.
Bounce
that.
off, yeah.
And then obviously ADT, as it was expanded around the whole of Leicestershire, grew to, I think, several hundred cars, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, pre-COVID, we're hitting 500 cars. A great expansion came when we kind of moved out of Loughborough and bought a couple of firms in Leicester. Obviously Leicester being a much bigger market, and that's when we came to it. But also technology enabled us to grow, because in the old days you'd have to buy these expensive units for the car. GPS technology was in its infancy. It's very expensive, whereas now drivers of course just download an app onto their phone, which is inexpensive, so you don't have to go out and buy all the hardware. You don't have to drill holes in cars for aerials and things like that. So it's become a lot cheaper to put more drivers on the road.
So I'm guessing probably because you were quite progressive with the technology side of things and an early adopter with it, that helped what you were trying to do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's still companies now locally and in Leicestershire that are still using a radio and pen and paper, perhaps for tax reasons, who knows, but they've not adopted the technology, so they've not grown, whereas actually, we grew. We were early adopters, as you say. We were doing Uber before Uber. We had apps in Leicestershire before that. And actually, Uber's not been a bad thing for us, because it's expanded the market and opened up taxis to more people who probably a bit put off by safety issues or that backstreet image.
Yeah. So as we are back here in Loughborough, then you've gone to Leicester, expanded all through Leicestershire, but now, talk us through. It's not just Leicestershire, is it?
No, we had a vision. We spoke about Uber, so we saw into our market not just Uber, Bolt, Ola, these apps coming in, but that's all they are, is apps. But we saw a way of actually, because what we do is a bit more special than Uber. We're a bit more individual. We know a local market. We don't just do on demand. Or people go through us for organising weddings, funerals, conferences, etc. And of course we do a lot of school contracts. So we thought, well, that's what we do best, but what we don't have is a national brand. So in each town there's an A to B taxis, an ABC, an ADT even. So let's create a national brand so it's instantly recognisable whatever town you're in the UK. And that's what we've been doing for the last 2 to 3 years. We're still only probably a quarter of the way through the journey, with about 22 different locations across the country, but we're expanding, one a month at the moment, so getting the Take Me brand out there.
Take Me brand out there, which is why David won CEO of the Year. So take a look at that moment when, David, you're presented with that award.
Thanks, guys. Bit unexpected, but you know what? It feels a bit of a con, because CEO is just a title, and what I represent and what the group represents is lots of talent and lots of experience in the trade. I work with some of my mentors, people that have run taxi companies for 30, 40 years, part of their family, and they're all part of the group. And it's their success that I represent. So, yeah, this is great, but this is for them. Okay? Thank you very much.
So, David, that was you collecting the award at Liverpool Cathedral, fantastic venue. But it was very important, I think, what you said in your speech there, which was, yes, you're accepting it as CEO, but it's all about the guys in the back room, the drivers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I just represent the team, so I'm the figurehead. But obviously, we wouldn't be national or here at all if it hadn't been for the team that worked with me. So, yeah, I have some ideas. I'm the ideas man. I push those ideas, but equally, some of those ideas probably don't work. So I get ideas back. So, yeah, we very much work as a team. So, yeah, unfortunately, we can't get all our staff on one stage. So I have to go up and collect it on their behalf. But it really is a team effort.
Well done. Again, well done for David, CEO of the Year in the Taxi Industries Awards. Make sure you go and check out all David's socials. Of course, Take Me, it's getting all around the country now. You can download the phone app.
Yeah.
You'll start seeing it literally in any city local to you, won't you, David?
Absolutely, and take me out of here, it's cold.
It's cold. Let's go.